وإن لك لأجرا غير ممنون. وإنك لعلى خلق عظيم. فستبصر ويبصرون بأيكم المفتون. إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين. فلا تطع المكذبين. ودوا لو تدهن فيدهنون ولا تطع كل حلاف مهين. هماز مشاء بنميم مناع للخير معتد أثيم. عتل بعد ذلك ذنيم. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
صلوات. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. All praise is due to Allah, whose worth cannot be described by speakers, whose bounties cannot be counted by calculators, and whose claim to obedience cannot be satisfied by those who attempt to do so, whom the height of intellectual courage cannot appreciate, and the divings of understandings cannot reach. He for whose description no limit has been laid down, no eulogy exists, no time is ordained, and no duration is fixed. He brought forth creation through his omnipotence, dispersed winds through his compassion, and made firm the shaking earth with rocks. Salawat. Salaam alaikum. Welcome to the fourth night of our Muharram series with Sheikh Abbas Panju. We thank you for all attending and partaking in the majalis in the commemoration of Aba Abdullah alayhimus salam, and hope to see you in the coming nights. It is honestly your attendance that keeps these gatherings going, and inshallah till the end of time these will remain going. Salawat. It's also important that parents, they bring their children, and their children grow up in such a spiritual environment where they are exposed to the tragedies of the Ahlul Bayt from a very young age. And as they grow, that love becomes implemented in their heart. However, naturally children can get destructive, and we appreciate that. As a result, we have facilitated parents by live streaming and keeping audio in the back room. So at any point in the majalis, if they do get disruptive, please do utilize it, and even if it's for a short period of time, then come back. There is a live stream, so you will definitely remain connected with the majalis. Salawat. Without further ado, I'd like to call Sister Fatima Al-Hakim to share her poetry. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. Inshallah, tonight's poem is from the perspective of Imam al-Abbas alayhi salam in his final moments. In his honor, please sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. My breaths now feel heavy. On my horse I just try to keep steady. Hussein entrusted me, and to serve him I am ready. I look around and still of them there is so many, and so many of us have fallen already. I try to hold tighter to Hussein's banner. I am Hussein's flag bearer. I look around and in the children's eyes I see terror. Death I see is approaching nearer, but never will I disappoint Aba Abdullah. I breathe in though it aches. I will give life everything it takes. I will give it all for Hussein's sake. There are arrows from the front. Arrows are now coming from behind. In one eye, I am now blind. I reach for the canister, but it's death that I find. Of the children's thirst, myself I remind. Of the children's thirst, myself I remind. But my blood with the water has now intertwined. But in my mind, I only think of Aba Abdullah, for by his name my life is defined. I breathe in. I remember my purpose. I sharpen my focus, and I see her in her abaya standing beside my tent, hopeful with such strength despite knowing what will happen on the 10th. If only to her I could say, Sister Zainab, please me do forgive. I'll give everything until nothing left there is to give. My left and right, my eyesight, Zainab I offered, but for the water, Zainab, I apologize. For the children's call for it remains unanswered. I apologize. They call me Kafil Zainab, the protector of Zainab. Yet alone I see standing Zainab, surrounding her flames, screams, children, widows, wounded soldiers, the corpses of her sons. Yet firm Zainab looks to me, her hope in me I see. I'm sorry, Zainab, I can't picture a queen in chains. I can't bear to see you running away from the flames. I can't imagine you crying and me not being there to comfort your pains. I can't bear of the thought of you cradling my remains, with no one remaining to cradle you. I breathe in. I look up to the flag of my master, and can't help but remember my mother. 9 months she bore me for this very day. What can I say but I'm sorry, O al-Baneen, O mother of children. One has now fallen, for him death is calling, but his purpose is yet to be served. My purpose till my last breath is to Hussein serve, yet here I lay fallen from my horse. A few last breaths I try to force, I breathe in. Oh Ruqayya, I am sorry, I can't wipe away your tears, nor can I quench your thirst. But by God, throughout your 4 years, I've always put you first. I ache from all around, but it's our distance that hurts. You were the light in my eyes, the sun in the skies. I can't bear to hear your cries, but no matter how hard my body tries, I can't get up to embrace you one last time. I see you standing alone, not with the other children, breath held in fear, waiting for your uncle. Oh child, breathe out, for he is unable to breathe in. You're a child, what is your sin? I wish I could protect you from those heartless men who pull from you your earrings and slap your young cheeks. All of this I wish I could amend. I wish your grieving after me could end, but after me only oppression you will see. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, oh my master. I'm sorry I can't call you brother, though you ask of me this, and I've not once denied for you a wish. I'm sorry. But by the tears that my mother has cried, God knows that I have tried. They call me Beni Hashim's moon. I'm sorry that this moon has to leave you so soon. Though they call me the moon of Beni Hashim, they only call me this because because my light shines because you are the sun. I am the child of al-Baneen. You are her son. In my final moments, I look to the water and I see you cradling me in its reflection. O my master Hussein, I am sorry, for I am Abbas, born to be your protection. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Thank you, sister, for those poetic words. Before we continue with the program, can I request all the brothers to please stand up and move as far forward as possible. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Just a brief announcement. Tomorrow, Saturday 15th September at 11 p.m. At the Iraqi Center, also known as Dar al-Hadi, there will be a Q&A which consists of all the youth speakers that are in Manchester. So that includes Sheikh Abbas Panju, Sayyid Zuhair al-Hashmi, Sheikh Jafar Ladak, Hassan al-Tabatabai, and Sheikh Nabil Awan. And they will be organizing a Q&A session. That's 11 p.m. tomorrow at Dar al-Hadi. Both sisters and brothers are welcome. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Sorry, for more details, if you would like to know the address or the postcode, please contact one of the volunteers. Salawat. I'd now like to call Brother Mahdi Razai to share his poetic words. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
बारी दिगर सलावत या वजीहान इंदल्लाह इश्फा लना इंदल्लाह या वजीहान इंदल्लाह everyone मालिक तुझे इमाम हसन का है वास्ता जिसके लहू से करबो बला की है इब्तिदा हाँ उस इमाम अमन के सदक़े में किबरिया हर मुल्क में हो अमन का परचम खुला हुआ या वजीहान या रब तू मेरी हस्ती को ऐसा सवार दे तू अपनी रहमतों से मेरा घर निखार दे सज्जाद का तू सदक़े परवरदिगार दे बीमार को शिफा दे मुकम्मल करार दे या वजीहान इंदल्लाह इश्फा लना या रब बराए मूसा काजिम अली रजा मशहद में और नजफ में जो है क़िबला दुआ तू इनके वास्ते से वो औलाद कर अता माँ बाप जिससे शाद हो जिनकी हो ये सदा या वजीहान इंदल्लाह या रब बराए बारेलाह बन के सवाली तेरे हुजूर दामन में अपने लाए है बे इंतहा कसूर लेकिन हमारे सीनों पे मातम का देख नूर अपने नबी के सदक़े में बख्शेगा तू जरूर या वजीहा मौला अली का रब जहाँ तुझको वास्ता या रब बराए फातिमा सिद्दीक़ा ताहिरा दे इल्म और रिस्क का सागर भरा हुआ टूटे न नेमतों का मेरे घर से सिलसिला या वजीहान इंदल्लाह इश्फा लना या वजीहान अब वास्ता हुसैन अलैहिस्सलाम का परवरदिगार सब्र शहे तशनकाम का जिसके लहू से जिसके लबों पे विरद तेरे ही नाम का खंजर तले जो कारता तेरे ही नाम का या वजीहान मालिक इमाम बाकर व जाफर का वास्ता मजलिस में मैं हुसैन की करता हूँ ये दुआ दोनों का वास्ता तुझे देता हुए खुदा मकरूज जो है गैब से कर उनका कर्जदा या वजीहान इंदल्लाह या रब बराए मौला नकी तक़वा वो तकी दे जुज़्बे जिहाद सबद दे जिज़्बा वो जिहाद सबद शान अस्करी मेहदी का भी ज़हूर दिखा दे इसी सदी तेरे हुजूर मेरी दुआ है ये आखिरी या वजीहान इंदल्लाह इश्फा लना इंदल्लाह हम तेरी बारगाह में रब किरदिगार रोए जो दुआए तवस्सुल में जार जार सुन ले सदाए सरवर और रेहान एक बार हमको इमाम असर के लश्कर में कर शुमार या वजीहान इंदल्लाह इश्फा लना इंदल्लाह या बर मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सलवात
Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Thank you, Brother Mahdi. I'd also like to stress on, I know we've been doing it every day, but it's really important that you guys come forward and financially help, as well as come and volunteer with Muhibban. As you know, it's very, very expensive to run events like this. It's a 10, 11 night event, and it doesn't come at a very low cost. On top of that, we have other events like in October, inshallah, we're going to have a mental health awareness campaign. And mental health is something that we see as something that's quite taboo in our society. And to normalize this issue, we need to come forward and have awareness campaigns. I think the recent statistics suggest that 1 in 4 will suffer from mental health, and that's quite a big number. So for the continuation of awareness campaigns and majalis and fun days out, recently we had a trip to the Lake District. For the continuation of these events, we need your financial support. There's a donations table at the back. Please grab a standing order form. From as little as £5 a month, you can help. Salawat. I'd now like to invite Brother Mahdi Al Husseini from Al Ain Social Care Foundation. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Elders, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to offer my condolences first to Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, salamullahi alayhi. Can I first start with a recitation of a Surah Al-Fatiha for all marhumin and shuhada, please? As I speak amongst you this evening, over 57,000 orphan children are receiving comprehensive care in the holy land of Iraq. At Al Ain, we believe that every orphan child in poverty deserves access to comprehensive and dignified care. Some of these children were orphaned purely because of their love for the Ahlul Bayt, whilst others lost their fathers in defense of the holy shrines to make our ziyarat possible. Although 57,000 orphan children are being sponsored by Al Ain, we also have another 5,000 who are still awaiting sponsorship. This Muharram, we are trying to sponsor those 5,000 orphans. Please visit our website www.alain.co.uk, that's www.alayn.co.uk, where you can find out more information. Brothers and sisters, with Al Ain, you could be rest assured that 100% of your donations will be going towards the orphan with no admin fees. We also have the backing of His Eminence Ayatollah Sayyid Ali As-Sistani, may Allah prolong his life. I encourage you today to make a stand and transform a life. Every night we are concentrating on a particular story of a hero of Karbala, written by one of our orphans who have been inspired by themselves. You can follow us on our Instagram page, Al Ain UK, that's ALAYN UK, or visit our Facebook page, that's Al Ain Social Care Foundation -UK. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Thank you, Brother Mahdi. I implore everyone to contribute to this great cause and help, like he said, transform a life. Salawat. The stand of Imam Hussein was not just for the Shias, it was for the world public. And the 10th day has been spreading the message of Imam Hussein. I'd like to call up Brother Faiz, who would like to speak a few words about the 10th day and their goals and achievements. Salawat.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, I would like to thank Muharram al-Mahdi Youth Foundation. They are doing a brilliant job. They are youth people, and you can see their professionalism. So, mashallah, and well done, brothers and sisters, obviously. I think we are going to show a video first, if that's right.
Sex, violence and gambling all have one thing in common. They all make money and form the big industry. How? They hardwire you into following them every hour of every day. Like a diamond of disillusion, millions of adults and children drink, gamble, abuse and enjoy violence. We are all becoming drones, never supposed to challenge any system. Children playing violent video games, the digital world even allowing us dual personalities. This fakeness increases frustration and leads us the wrong way. You begin to lose yourself, your identity, your freedom. You were born free, but will you die free? Yet all is not lost. There is a true source of light. You should know of one man whose heartbeat overcame this big industry in all ways possible. His name was Hussein, the grandson of the holy prophet of Islam. He faced an army of 30,000 soldiers, yet with 72 companions, fought what would be nothing less than a one-sided massacre. The massacre of Karbala. Yet when his heartbeat stopped, millions began. Hussein showed us the true meaning of freedom and social justice. The exact two words despised today by the big industry. So don't deprive your body. It's all about saving yourself. Fight this indoctrination and let your heart beat. Hussein, be free.
Please recite a salawat. Okay, so as you have seen the video, I think it's based on Imam Hussein alayhi salam's address to the army of Yazid when he said, I think Sheikh will correct me if I'm wrong, that if you don't believe in God or in the hereafter, then at least be free. Think freely. And that's the message we want to give to the natives in this country. We are focusing initially in the Greater Manchester, Northwest area. Now we have few activities for our Shia community. So to start from right here, We have merchandise. There is a desk at the back. So don't just go past. Pay attention. There are brilliant, nice designs, nice merchandise for you to. Obviously, this is not the month where you give a present, but if you buy something, and so it will be a support to the campaign, to the organization, to the cause of Imam Hussein, alayhi salam, and also you can give it to your partner, your children, your family members. We have T-shirts, we have water bottles, new ones, we have wristbands, and other stuff as well. So please pay attention. They are not expensive as well. Okay, the next thing is, if you go on the Wimslow Road tonight, you will see our new designs with the flags of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. They have been installed today. So they cost us £125 each. Last year, they were there in city center for 6 months. Alhamdulillah, that's barakah of Imam Hussein. We didn't pay for 6 months, we paid for 2 weeks. But they were there for 6 months, alhamdulillah. So I'm not going to ask anything else because this is Muharram event and they deserve your donations. But if you think that you can spare some more, then there is a website and you can donate from there. The next thing is, I want you to note down this date in your diaries. If you have mobiles, everyone has smartphones. Saturday, the 20th of October. It's a Saturday, and you have more than a month. If you are a doctor and you are on call, so you can tell your work people, if you are doing locum as a pharmacist or dentist, whatever, you have the time now to tell your work. We need you there. It's our 3rd annual Manchester Urban Peace Walk. Please come along with family and friends, and you will see, inshallah, it's a different walk, and we have received different response from the natives. Another one is we are taking, alhamdulillah, quite a few people from this gathering. They are coming with us, Arbain Ziyarat group. So we are going on the 22nd of October, coming back on the 6th of November. So you will have good time in Karbala as well. We have good speakers with us, reciters. So please, if you want to, you can find further details through our Facebook. It's the 10th Day Media on Twitter. And just search on Facebook, the 10th Day, and you will find us. This video, like the one you have just saw, you just seen, they do cost us. And when you have to give a voiceover and quality, it costs. So we need your support. Thank you very much. Say salawat, please.
Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Just an announcement. On Wednesday, that will be Wednesday, Shab-e Ashur, we will have a midnight majalis where all the speakers, the youth speakers of Manchester will attend. That will happen at 12 p.m., 12 a.m. I should say. So if everyone could write that in your diaries and inshallah attend. Before I call up the Sheikh, can everyone stand up and move as far forward as possible, please? Salawat. There's loads of space here at the front, so can someone just fill it up? Also, we've been having some complaints about the disruption within the majlis. Like I've already said before, that there is a room at the back for children, for parents, that the live stream is going on and there's audio. You will remain connected with the majalis. So if your child is becoming disrupted for a few minutes or then just take them to the back, and once they've calmed down sort of thing, then bring them back. Another announcement. Today after the Matam, we'll have a Q&A with the Sheikh, so please do stay tuned for that. Now with the largest of your salawat, could you please welcome Sheikh Muhammad Abbas Panju. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Tonight's majlis is sponsored by the family of Al-Hajj Mahdi Rizai. If we could all please recite one Suratul Fatiha in honor of their marhumin and in honor of all marhumin and marhumat. Rahimallahu man qara'a Suratul Mubarakat al-Fatiha. As well, brothers and sisters, we have a young child, a 9-month-old child by the name of Qasim, who is not in the best of health, is in need of our prayers. So if we can all raise our hands up towards Allah Azza wa Jal and pray for the quick recovery of this 9-month infant, and together for the recovery of all mu'mineen, mu'minat, family members and friends who may not be in the best of health. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء عما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أما يجيب عما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء اللهم إنا نسألك باسمك الأعظم يا الله يا الله يا الله. By the sake of Sayyidah Fatima al-Zahra, this young infant Qasim, and together with all our mu'mineen and mu'minat who are not in the best of health, by the sake of Sayyidah Zahra, Ya Allah, you grant them shafa'ah in the fastest of times. All of this with a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله بارئ الخلائق الأجمعين باعث الأنبياء والمرسلين ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء حبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم محمد ثم الصلاة والسلام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين لا سيما ولي الله الحجة ابن الحسن صاحب الأمر والزمان. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفداء، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الأولين والآخرين إلى قيام يوم الدين. صلى الله عليك يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله. صلى الله عليك يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله. يا رحمة الله الواسعة ويا باب نجاة الأمة. يا غريب الغرباء، يا مظلوم كربلاء، السلام على من جعل الله الشفاء في تربته، السلام على من الإجابة تحت قبته، السلام على ساكن كربلاء. فيا ليتنا ثم يا ليتنا كنا معكم سادتي، يا سادتي، فنفوز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، قال الله تعالى في محكم كتابه الحكيم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون. صدق الله العلي العظيم وآمنا به. نوروا مجالسكم بذكر محمد وآل محمد. Ahibai, yesterday we began a discussion in regards to the history and the origin of the adhan, and a quick summary in regards to the ishkal and the path in regards to answering this ishkal or this objection. In that, the objection being that over the last few years, there have been a number of Shia or so-called Shia scholars under the guise or under the banner of reformation who have actually made attacks on the adhan that is recited by the Shia, where such people come forward and they say that the phrase Aliyun Waliyullah within the adhan is actually a bid'ah. It has no place in history. It has no place within the Sharia. They then use this as a base to try and stop the recitation of Aliyun Waliyullah within the centers and within the mosques of the Shia. And they come forward and they say that reciting Aliyun Waliyullah does not do anything but stir sectarianism. Having said this, this being the ishkal and the jawab that we want to give back to them, we said a period, the jawab over 3 lectures. For to recap from yesterday's lecture, we established that the usage of the word adhan within the Quran denotes an underlining theme of an announcement or a declaration. And then we came forward with the hadith of Maulana Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Ridha, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. In regards to the philosophy of adhan, what is adhan supposed to represent? And we saw from this hadith narrated in Man la yahdharuhu al-faqih by Sheikh As-Saduq, an important text, one of the first texts compiling the hadith of Ahlul Bayt in regards to issues or masail fiqhiyah, together with a number of other ma'arif. One of the first books to be written was the book of Sheikh As-Saduq, yani taban after Kitabul Kafi. And this is one of the 4 major books of the Shia, which is used till today in regards to istinbat, and a marjat taqlid cannot become a marjat taqlid until and unless he has mastered the book Man la yahdharuhu al-faqih by Sheikh As-Saduq rahmatullah alayh. We said yesterday from the hadith of our 8th Imam in regards to the philosophy of the adhan and what the adhan represents from 8 things outlined by Imam Rida. We said that one of the functions of salat is that it serves as a reminder that the time of salat has come in. This is only one. And then we said more than that. The adhan is something much greater than this, according to the hadith of Imam Rida. In addition to being a reminder that the time of salat has come in, the adhan is a declaration and a public attestation of your belief and your faith in Islam. And then we said more than that, because it is a declaration of faith and a declaration of Islam, it is a declaration of your identity. So it is a public announcement of who you are. 3 times a day. For Fajr, Dhuhr, or if they are recited separately, the 5 adhan. But generally, within the darb of the Shia, or from the Sunnah, or what the Shia are known for in terms of joining the Salat together for Dhuhr, Asr, and Salat Maghrib and Isha. And in fact, we have hadith from Amir al-Mu'mineen, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayh, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, where he talks about the merits of joining Salatul Dhuhr and Asr together, such that one of the benefits of joining these 2 Salat is an increment in rizq. In any case, we said that the adhan represents a wider, greater philosophy, that it is a public announcement and a declaration of your faith and your identity. More greater than that, if you were to do tadabbur and tafakkur and contemplate over this hadith of Imam Rida, what you are able to find out is that the adhan is a means through which you can recognize another Muslim. For if you want to know whether you are in a neighborhood of Muslimin, then all you have to do is wait for the time of adhan to come. And once you hear this adhan, it is a form of recognition. Having said this, we said that if the adhan, or on the assumption, on the basis that Imam Rida says that the adhan is the declaration of your belief in Islam, then that means that reciting the phrase Aliyun Waliyullah within the adhan is not problematic. Why? Because the completion of deen in its entirety happened on Yawmul Ghadir, and within the Quran Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Al-yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakumul Islam deena. Today is the day that I have perfected or completed my bounties upon you. I completed you my deen and I perfected the ni'mah. وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. Today, after the wilayah and the appointment of Amir al-Mu'mineen, I am pleased for Islam as your religion. So which Islam are you calling people for? From the adhan, the Islam with which Allah is pleased. Which is that Islam which Allah is pleased? That Islam that has the wilayah of Maulana Amirul Mu'mineen, and therefore the inclusion of Amirul Mu'mineen within the adhan from this perspective is a declaration of your faith towards that version of Islam which Allah is pleased with. Between brackets, Bain al-Qawsayn. The importance of Aliyun Waliullah within the adhan, particularly in this day and age. It is supposed to serve a purpose of tabligh, number one. Number two, it is supposed to serve the purpose of providing comfort to the people around you. Ajib. How comfort? When Aliyun Waliullah is declared from the adhan, what is supposed to happen is that every non-Muslim who hears Aliyun Waliullah should know that this is the adhan of that Islam that is an Islam of non-violence. This is an Islam of justice. This is an Islam of tolerance. And this is an Islam of peace, unlike that Islam of Daesh. And therefore, there is great wisdom in regards to the inclusion of Aliyun Waliullah within the adhan. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. It is through this inclusion of Aliyun Waliullah that you distinguish your call of prayer from the call of prayer of that terrorist who commits crimes in the name of Islam. In any case, we stopped at this hadith of Imam al-Rida and we went on to explore the origin of the adhan, in that within the school of Ahlul Bayt, the adhan has come down by wahi, revealed by Jibra'il or revealed by Allah through Jibra'il on Rasulullah, as opposed to it being seen as a random dream by some random companion. Having said this, today we come in to the next stage of our bahath, in that how are we able to prove the inclusion, the validity of Aliyun Waliullah being a legitimate part of the adhan? What is the dalil? What is the proof in regards to this? We have for tonight's lecture two types of evidences that we will explore. Two types of burhan or two types of dalil which we will use in order to get to our conclusion and the rest of the kalam, insha'Allah, the grand conclusion for tomorrow's lecture. The first evidence or the first type of evidence that we shall use is known as dalil am, and the second one is dalil khas. Dalil am yani general evidence, and dalil khas, which is evidence in particular to adhan. So the idea with dalil am, general evidence, is that we will use general evidence not particular to the adhan, but outside of the adhan, general verses of the Quran and general ahadith that talk about the inseparability of the three shahada. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, and ashhadu anna Aliya Waliullah. These three shahadat are inseparable as per a number of verses within the Quran and a number of verses within the hadith. So using this as general evidence, we will apply it to the validity of Aliyun Waliullah within the adhan. How? The proof for this is, can you use a general proof from a general concept and apply it towards a particular case like within the adhan? We say yes. And the rules like these are used even within the field of science and in medicine. So for example, dalil am would mean, if, hypothetically speaking, this is by way of an example to make the bahath or the study a little bit more clearer. If a person was to come to you with a statement that all fruits contain vitamin C. This is the premise. All fruits contain vitamin C. فأنت جنابك, you come with an orange. And somebody asks you, does the orange contain vitamin C or no? You may not know whether the orange in particular has vitamin C through its properties, but what you could do is you could use this general rule that all fruits have vitamin C. And because the orange is a fruit, because the general line or the general qaida, the general rule says all fruits have vitamin C, and the orange is a fruit, this also means that the orange has vitamin C. Yani you used a general concept and you applied it to a particular concept. So this is known as Dalil Am. Are there general verses in the Quran and Hadith that talk about the inseparability of these three shahadat? Yani the shahada la ilaha illallah, the shahada Muhammad Rasulullah, and Ali Waliullah, which is more famously known as the shahada thalitha. The proof for this, we say yes, from within the Quran, 2 verses of the Quran that speak about all three shahadas in one line and the inseparability of these three. The first verse of the Quran, Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 55. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Innama waliyukumullah wa rasuluh والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, indeed, innama, indeed, exclusivity. Innama in Arabic language is known as particle that denotes exclusivity. Indeed, your master is Innama waliyukum, wali from your master. So we understand from this word straight away that Surah Al-Ma'idah verse number 55 is a verse that is talking about authority. Innama waliyukum Allah. Innama waliyukum Allah. Your master is Allah, your creator, the one who brought you into existence, the one to whom you are supposed to worship. Tawheed. Ba'ad. Innama waliyukumullah wa rasuluh. And after Allah being your master and your creator, the next level of mastership or the next level of leadership in this hierarchy of authority is Rasulullah. Innama waliyukumullah wa rasuluh. Allah is your wali, your master. And after Allah, you have Rasulullah as your master. And then what? Did it stop there? No, the verse continues. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. And those who believe. Everybody who believes? La. Mu'mineen who have a certain type of character exclusive to them. What is this character? الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون. Your master is Allah and the Prophet and those believers who established the prayer and gave zakat while they were in a state of ruku. Mufassirin of the Quran, from the Amma as well as the Khassa, Shia and non-Shia, are unanimous on the fact that this ayah of the Quran was revealed in honor of Maulana Amirul Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. The only person in history at that time who gave his ring as zakat while in a state of salat. The only human being to have joined together 2 acts of worship in one without one invalidating the other. And therefore you find that Allah Azza wa Jal, through this act of Amirul Mu'mineen, reveals this verse of the Quran that establishes a hierarchy of authority, a chain of authority. Your wali, your master is Allah. And after Allah you have Rasulullah. And after the Nabi you have the wali. That is Amirul Mu'mineen, the Imam. So if you look at this verse, you have a chain of command. This chain of command represents Tawheed, Nabuwa and Imamat. And the theme of this verse, because it connects three entities, the Lord, the Prophet and the successor of the Prophet, when you say Aliyun Waliyullah within the Adhan, in essence you are walking along the same theme as this verse in the Quran. Because through by saying Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Tawheed, like Innama waliyukum Allah. And when you say Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah wa Rasuluh, and when you say Aliyun Waliyullah, it is an attestation of this verse. Ya Ali. You come to a second verse within the Quran, Surah An-Nisa. The idea is that just like the way the Adhan has the Shahada of Tawheed and the Shahada of Nabuwa and the Shahada of Wilaya, and these three Shahadas are inseparable. We find this conclusion from within the Quran. This was one ayah. The second ayah that talks about the inseparability or establishes the inseparability of Tawheed, Nabuwa and Imamah together. A threefold relationship, hierarchy of authority at a vertical level. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Ati'u Allah. Wa ati'ur Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. O you who believe. Look at the kalam of Allah Azza wa Jal. The khitab is not to any John, David, Zayd and Amr. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. O you who have iman. This is a khitab khas. And perhaps even tahdeed, a warning to those people who claim to be Shia but try to remove Aliyun Waliyullah from the Adhan. Pay attention to this verse, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, if you have iman. Because the khitab is towards those people who have iman. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, O you who have iman. Ati'ullah, obey Allah. Obedience towards Allah. Yani meaning what? Establishing the authority of Allah Azza wa Jal. Ati'ullah ba'ad wa ati'ur Rasul. And obey the Holy Prophet. And in addition to that, wa ulil amri minkum. Obey those people who have been vested with authority. Again, ulama from the Amma and the Khassa, unanimous that the ulil amr in this verse is none other than Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. If somebody asks for masadir or somebody asks for sources, in that where is the proof that the books of the Sunnah talk about this, that we are willing to give and we are ready to give them the sources after the majlis or at any other time. For you find that this verse in the Quran establishes again three entities for whom authority is established. Ati'ullah, Tawheed. Ati'ur Rasul, Nabuwa. Wa ulil amri minkum, Imamat. The same thing that you say in Adhan. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Tawheed. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, Nabuwa. Ashhadu anna Aliyan Waliyullah wa ulil amri minkum. Again, from this verse of the Quran, we are able to prove that the recitation of Aliyun Waliyullah cannot be a bid'ah because it is in line with the teachings of the Quran. And in essence, it's a declaration of this chain of authority which is established within the Quran. So the one who wants to remove Aliyun Waliyullah from the Quran, in essence is going against the Quran. We have to be very careful in the manner that we analyze things. وَإِنْتُمْ شَبَابْ مُؤْمِنِينَ. Do not let people come and steal your faith from you by trying to create doubts in regards to the position of the wilayah of Amir al-Mu'minin within the Adhan. Tayyib. This is from Dalil Am in regards to the Quran. General proof. We come to the second category of general proof from the Hadith. Is there any general Hadith that talks about the inseparability of these three shahadas, yani Tawheed and Nabuwa and the Imamah? Do we have hadith in regards to this? Yes, we have hadith. And we have a number of these hadith, such that they have reached the level of tawatur. They have reached a level of authenticity in terms of the numbers. The quantities of the hadith are so plentiful. They are in such abundance, such that their authenticity cannot be questioned. From these hadith, I want to read for you only two of them. The first of the hadith is narrated by Maulana Imam Abi Ja'far, yani Imam al-Baqir, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayh. Where he says, Kitabul Kafi al-Sharif, hadith mu'tabar. إِنَّمَا يَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ مَنْ يَعْرِفُ اللَّهِ فَأَمَّا مَنْ لَا يَعْرِفْ اللَّهَ فَإِنَّمَا يَعْبُدُهُ هَكَذَا ضَلَالًا. The Imam says, Imam al-Baqir says, indeed, the one who worships Allah can only be the one who has recognized Allah. If you didn't recognize Allah, then you really didn't worship Allah. And this is important for all of us, that when you are reciting salat to Allah, you have to realize, you have to have ma'rifah. Who are you praying to? It could be that you are reciting salat 5 times a day, but you are praying to an Allah who you believe has a leg. Now we have within the schools of the Muslimin, don't be surprised that you have books of hadith that say Allah has a leg, and on day of judgment He will put that leg into nar jahannam wa ma adri shu. All these things you have within the books of hadith. So you have to recognize Allah Azza wa Jal, such that when you worship Allah, you are actually worshipping the true Creator, and you are not worshipping a creation of your imagination. Ay muhim jiddan. Don't think you can understand Allah the way you want, and then pray to Him, and then fast, and then go for Hajj. You may be performing these acts of worship, but you are not worshipping towards a Lord, the real Lord. You are worshipping a creation of your imagination, or conclusions within your own mind that you have named Allah. Therefore, how you understand Allah, who you understand Allah from, is very important. Books of Ahlul Bayt. In any case, so the Rawi says, the narrator says, فَقُلْتُ جُعِلْتُ فِدَاكَ. The narrator says, I said to Imam al-Baqir, may I be sacrificed for you. فَمَا مَعْرِفَةُ اللَّهِ. What is recognition? What is ma'rifah of Allah? Look at the answer of the Imam. Qala, tasdeequllah. The first thing about ma'rifah of Allah is that you believe, you profess, and you attest. The word tasdeeq has a number of connotations. But we say, tasdeeq billah or tasdeequllah. Tasdeequllah, yani to believe in everything that Allah has revealed and to profess in everything that Allah has revealed. Number 2, what is ma'rifah of Allah? Wa tasdeequ rasulih. To believe and to profess in everything that has been descended upon the Prophet, or everything that the Prophet has said. Ajib. Now you see over here that ma'rifah of Allah cannot be separated from the concept of nabuwah. More than that. And then the Imam goes on to say, وَمُوَالَاتَ عَلِي ibn Abi Talib وَالْإِعْتِمَامْ بِهِ وَبِأَئِمَّةِ الْهُدَى وَالْبَرَاءَةَ إِلَى اللَّهِ مِنْ عَدُوِّهِمْ هَكَذَا يُعْرَفَ اللَّهِ. Imam al-Baqir says that ma'rifah of Allah means that you attest and you profess and you believe in Allah, profess and attest and believe in Rasulullah, and you abide by the leadership, the imamate of Amirul Mu'mineen and the rest of the imams from his progeny. Ya Ali. And you disassociate yourselves from the enemies of Ahlul Bayt. So you find within this hadith in Kitabul Kafi that when Imam al-Baqir was asked what is ma'rifah of Allah, Imam al-Baqir said ma'rifah of Allah is made of three things that are inseparable. Tasdeeq of Allah, yani Tawheed, Tasdeeq of the Rasul, yani Nabuwa, and the leadership of Amirul Mu'mineen. The same thing which is outlined in the Adhan. Tawheed, La ilaha illallah, Nabuwa Muhammadur Rasulullah, and Aliyun Waliyullah Imama. Therefore, the Adhan and the theme of the Adhan is supported by hadith such as these. The last hadith before we move into the Dalil Khash. Rasulullah again, sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. And this is a hadith mentioned by Sheikh Saduq in Kitabul Khisal, where he says, on the night that I ascended up towards the heavens, on the night of Isra and Mi'raj, he said, رَأَيْتُ مَكْتُوبًا عَلَى بَابِ الْجَنَّةِ. I saw that it was written on the doors of Jannah, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadun Rasulullah, Aliyun Waliyullah. Ya'ani, Rasulullah is saying to you that if you want to enter into Jannah, you can only enter into Jannah through the door. If you want to enter into Jannah, then there are three shahadas that cannot be separated, and you have to attest in them in order to enter into Jannah. The shahada of Tawheed, Nabuwa, and the Wilaya. And yesterday we said that the Adhan, one of the things about Adhan is what? That it is a call to prayer, and the establishing of prayer leads you towards Jannah. Therefore, the Adhan is a call reminding you to enter into Jannah, make your way into Jannah, to enter that Jannah. There are three shahadas that are not inseparable. Therefore, the call towards that Jannah also has three calls that are not inseparable, that cannot be separated from each other. Tawheed, Nabuwa, Wilaya, and that Wilaya through Aliyun Waliyullah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Shayun Ajib, these people who want to remove Aliyun Waliyullah from Adhan. Did they not come across this hadith? This is from Dalil Am. A person might say to you, okay, it makes absolute sense that Aliyun Waliyullah is from the Adhan, from all these general proofs, but show me hadith that Ahlul Bayt actually said Aliyun Waliyullah inside of the Adhan. Do we have hadith that state Aliyun Waliyullah explicitly within the Adhan? Because the first set of proof, Dalil Am, is by, you can say, connecting the dots together, such that rationally and intellectually it's a no-brainer. But despite this, a person may come forward and say, show me, are there actual hadith that talk about Aliyun Waliyullah within the Adhan? What is the history for this? When was the first time it was recited? If it was recited, until today, why is there so much controversy in regards to Aliyun Waliyullah within the Adhan? In regards to the fatwa of the Maraja, we will explore this tomorrow. Having said this, we now come to the core of the discussion in regards to understanding the hadith and the literature of hadith in regards to the position of Aliyullah within the Adhan. And from here you start to see the differences within the Shia school of thought in regards to the position of Aliyun Waliyullah. Tayyib. You come and if you were to go back to the books of hadith in regards to establishing and looking at the history of Aliyun Waliyullah, or hadith that talk about Aliyun Waliyullah, one of the most primary sources that we refer back to is the book Man La Yahdharuhu al-Faqih of Sheikh Saduq, rahmatullah alayh. And we have mentioned the number of hadith of Sheikh Saduq today and yesterday. Sheikh Saduq, by the way, Ahibai, was born in 305 AH. 305 AH, meaning that he was born before Ghaibatul Kubra started. Because Ghaibatul Kubra began in about 329 AH, which means that he lived in his early lives during the time of Ghaibat al-Sughra, where the administration of the Shia Ummah was by the 4 Naibs, the 4 specially appointed representatives by our 12th Imam. And he also met with a number of companions or a number of scholars who are companions of Imam al-Askari, if not him directly, his father. What does he have to say about the adhan? And you will find that the people who attack Aliyun Waliullah and they want to remove Aliyun Waliullah because they source or they cite books like Daruhul Faqih of Sheikh As-Saduq, but unfortunately they didn't understand. They don't have that level of faqaha, or they don't have that level of depth in order to understand how religious texts and books of hadith need to be understood. In either case, you come here and in the book Man La Yahdaruhu al-Faqih Sheikh Saduq, under the section Fusulul Adhan wal Iqama, the chapter that talks about the makeup, the formulation of the adhan. And he comes and he says, he narrates the hadith that talks about the adhan. And he says, you should say, Allahu Akbar 4 times, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah twice, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah twice. And then, Hayya ala salat. Don't be quick in making conclusions. Hayya ala salat. Yani Sheikh As-Saduq has done what? He has omitted Aliyun Waliullah. Obviously, he's mentioning a hadith over here. Hayya ala salat. Twice. After that, Hayya ala al-falah. Twice. After that, Hayya ala khairil amal. After that, twice. After that, Allahu Akbar twice. And after that, La ilaha illallah twice. So you find that within this hadith of Sheikh As-Saduq, there is no mention of Aliyun Waliullah. And then after that, you find that this is what Sheikh As-Saduq says. وقال مصنف هذا الكتاب رحمه الله هذا هو الآذان الصحيح. This is the adhan which is sahih. لا يزاد فيه ولا ينقص منه. It is the correct adhan or the authentic adhan. You cannot add anything to it and you cannot remove anything from it. And then he goes on to say, وَالْمُفَوَّضَةِ لَعَنَهُمُ اللَّهُ قَدْ وَضَعُوا أَخْبَارًا وَزَادُوا فِي الْآذَانِ محمد وآل محمد خير البرية مرتين وفي بعض رواياتهم بعد أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله مرتين ومنهم من روى بدل ذلك أشهد أن عليا أمير المؤمنين حقا مرتين. So, Sheikh Saduq says, after mentioning the hadith of the adhan without Aliyun Waliullah, he comes and he says at the end of the hadith that there is a group of believers or there is a group of Muslims who are known as Mufawwada. And then Sheikh As-Saduq sends la'na on them, saying la'anahumullah. Who are the Mufawwada? Mufawwada are those group of people who are known to believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave unrestricted, unconditional power to the Ahlul Bayt over everything in existence, while, this is important, while the Lord of the universe relinquished his own powers. Yani Allah Azza wa Jal, who has domain over everything on creation, he gave this power to Ahlul Bayt. Yani he relinquished his powers. So, Sheikh Saduq says, these group of people known as the Mufawwada, la'anahumullah, having sent la'na on them, says, قَدْ وَضَعُوا أَخْبَارًا, have placed ahadith, narrations, and increase in their adhan, Muhammad wa ali Muhammad khairil bariya, twice. And after the shahada of Rasulullah, by saying Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, they say Ashhadu anna Aliya Waliyullah twice. And in another hadith, وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ رَوَى, and from amongst them, these Mufawwada, from amongst this group of people, there are those who narrate. that there is ashhadu anna aliyan amir al-mu'minina haqqa. Tayyib. So we understand from Sheikh Saduq a number of things. See, there is a way in which we're supposed to understand these books of fiqh and these books of hadith. Number one, we understand that Sheikh Saduq is saying during his time, there is a certain group of people who claim to be Shia, but he categorizes them as the Mufawwada. These group of people are known for reciting Aliyun Waliyullah in 3 different formats. Which of them? Number 1, Ashhadu anna Aliyan Waliyullah. Number 2, Ashhadu anna Amir al-Mu'minina Haqqa. And number 3, Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad Khairul Bariyya. Now, over here, Sheikh Saduq mentions that there is a riwayah, because he says, وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ رَوَى. And the words that are used, Ashhadu anna Aliyan Waliyullah, and Ashhadu anna Aliyan Amir al-Mu'minina Haqqa, and Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad Khairul Bariyya. This is quotation of hadith that is available. But Sheikh Saduq, in Man la yahdharuhu al-faqih, objects towards the recitation of Aliyun Waliyullah, not because it is a bid'ah in the sense that the hadith does not exist, but because the practice is monopolized by the Mufawwada. Notice how the books are very, very accurate in terms of the message that is being portrayed over here. There is existence of hadith. In fact, there is an existence of 3 categories of hadith that talk about the different formulations of Aliyun Waliyullah. But Sheikh Saduq says, this practice has been overtaken by the Mufawwada. Therefore, in order to protect or in order to distinguish ourselves from these Mufawwada, we didn't act upon these hadith. So you find over here that when Sheikh Saduq says that Aliyun Waliyullah is not a part of the adhan, there is a goal that he is trying to achieve through the writing and through this book, keeping in mind the context of the times in which he is living. Number 1 is the distinction of the Shia Ithna Ashari from the Mufawwada, and number 2, Sheikh Saduq most likely, according to a number of the ulama, does not mention Aliyun Waliyullah as part of the adhan because of taqiyya. What is the proof for this? Because in the same hadith of adhan, Sheikh Saduq says, وَلَا بَعْسْ أَن يُقَالْ فِي صَلَاةِ الْغَدَاةِ على أثر حي على خير العمل الصلاة خير من النوم مرتين للتقية. Does any one of the Shia believe that you can say in the adhan, as-salat khayrun min an-nawm, that salat is better than sleeping, like the way the Amma do? No, but you find in this book, Man la yahdaruhu al-faqih, Sheikh Saduq says it is okay to say it only if you are in taqiyya, which gives us the indication over here. Number 1, that Sheikh Saduq was living at a time of taqiyya, where open declaration of Aliyun Waliyullah would cause problems and shedding of blood for the Shia at a very crucial state, number 1. And number 2, they would be assimilated with the Mufawwada. So for this reason, the faqih, when he writes his book and gives his ahkam, is taking into consideration a bigger picture of the times which you and I did not even live in. Because this was written in, he died in 329 AH, yani almost 1,100 years before. This is one. Number 2, this is Sheikh Saduq, with all due respect and love. But this is Sheikh Saduq's opinion that these category of people were mufawwada. Many times a person might believe in something and you think that it is actually wrong. How many times have we seen between ourselves, if a person recites a certain type of fada'il, they will say, no, this guy is doing ghulu, when in reality it's not ghulu. So the same situation can be applied to Sheikh Saduq. But this is only one. And then you have Sheikh Tusi. On the other hand, Sheikh Tusi in his book An-Nihaya, he mentions over here, Sheikh Tusi, who is known as Sheikh Ta'ifah, this scholar who upheld the teachings of Tashayyu and Shi'ism in the early parts of Ghaybat al-Kubra. He died in the year 460 AH. Sheikh Tusi in Kitab al-Nihaya says, وَأَمَّا مَا رُوِيَ فِي شَاذِ الْأَخْبَارِ مِنْ قَوْلِ أَشْهَدُ أَنَّ عَلِيًّا وَلِيُّ اللَّهِ وَآلِ مُحَمَّدْ خَيْرُ الْبَرِيَّةِ. Until the end, you see that Sheikh Tusi uses the word وَأَمَّا مَا رُوِيَ مِنْ شَوَاذِ الْأَخْبَارِ. He says that we have narrations within our books that talk about Ashhadu Anna Aliyan Waliyullah in the Adhan. Sheikh Tusi is saying there are hadith in the books from the previous companions that talk about Aliyun Waliyullah in the Adhan, but these hadith are shadh. Shadh meaning what? The definition of the word shadh is that it is a hadith which is sahih, but over the years has not been implemented. We are of the opinion that these hadith have not been implemented because of taqiyya. But the point to take from those works of these ulama is that Sheikh Tusi establishes the existence of hadith that talk about Aliyun Waliyullah within the Adhan, and he says they are sahih but they have not been acted upon. And then Sheikh Tusi has a long kalam in this in regards to what is where he goes on to say whether it is mukhti' or whether it is permissible or not permissible to mention. But for this, there has to be a number of fiqh prerequisites before we analyze the words of Sheikh Tusi, which is outside the scope of our majlis. But what we want to establish just from this one line of Sheikh Tusi from Kitab Sayyid Murtada Alamul Huda. Who is Sayyid Murtada Alamul Huda? The brother of Sayyid Radhi, the author of Nahjul Balagha, the student of Sheikh Mufid, Marjat Taqleed of his time. He has got a risala known as the Risala Al-Masail Al-Mubbafarikiyat. Mubbafarikiyat. The Mabbafariki was an area close to the city of Mosul and the big city. In this risala, which is like a Tawdi'ul Masail or a risala amaliya of any marja, the books of fatwa, it is mentioned over here, Mas'ala al-Khamis Ashar, Mas'ala number 15. Some people came and asked Sayyid Murtada, who was the Marjat Taqleed of his time, the authority of Shi'ism, student of Sheikh Mufid. He died in the year 436 AH, almost 1,000 years ago. They came and they asked him, هل يجب في الآذان محمد وعلي خير البشر. Ajib. Look at how the people understood the Masail during that time. They are asking the marja of their taqleed of their time, Sayyid Murtada, is it wajib to recite Muhammad wa as the superiority of Ali ibn Abi Talib is correct? وَإِن لَمْ يَكُنْ فَلَا شَيْء عَلَيْهِ. And even if you insisted on Ali Waliyullah as being a part of the adhan and somebody tells you that it is not, Sayyid Murtada says it is still correct. So you find that from the history of the people of the past, before Sheikh Saduq, In the times that he was living, Aliyun Waliullah was recited in the adhan. But Sheikh Saduq says that practice was taken over by the Mufawwada. Whether those people were truly Mufawwada or not is a debate and a discussion and a study on its own. But the important thing is the hadith existed. Sheikh Tusi says hadith exists in his Mawsu'a Fiqhiyya. Puts forward a citation where he says in the book there is a Ammar Riwayat Faqad Rawa Sheikh Abdul Azim, scholar by the name Sheikh Abdul Azim, in his book As-Siyasa Al-Husayniyya في مخطوط بالمكتبة الظاهرية بدمشق يسمى بالسلافة في أمر الخلافة تعليف شيخ عبد الله المراغي. Abdullah al-Maraghi, a 7th century Sunni scholar, in one of these preserved books, makhtutat, those preserved books, manuscripts, which was available in the library in Damascus, he says within that there are 2 hadith that talk about Aliyun Waliullah being recited during the time of Rasulullah. This is a Sunni stating it, not even a Shia. He comes forward and says, وَفِيهِ رِوَايَتان مَذْمُونَ أَحَدُهُمَا. There are 2 hadith. One of them state أَنَّهُ أَذَّنَ الْفَارْسِي فرفع الصحابة لرسول الله أنه زاد في الآذان أشهد أن عليا ولي الله. He says within the adhan there was a companion of the Prophet who was a Farsi. Yani who? Salman al-Muhammadi. Who recited in the adhan Ashhadu anna aliyan waliyullah. So the other companions went to Rasulullah and they complained, Ya Rasulullah, Salman has added something in the adhan which we never heard before. Look at the reaction of the Prophet. فَجَبَهَهُمُ النَّبِي بِالتَّوْبِيخ. The Prophet rebuked them. Salman has said Aliyu Waliullah in the adhan and you are trying to complain to me. How dare you complain about what Salman has done? وَأَكَرَّ لِسَلْمَانْ هَذِهِ الزِّيَادَةِ. And the Prophet endorsed the adhan of Salman al-Farsi, Salman al-Muhammadi, which had Aliyun Waliullah after Ghadir. This is one. Number 2, the second person to have recited Aliyun Waliullah in the adhan during the time of the Prophet, Abu Dhar. In that same book, he says, وَأَنَّهُمْ سَمِعُوا أَبَا ذَرْ الْغَفَّارِ بَعْدَ بَيْعَةِ الْغَدِيرِ. And they heard Abu Dhar after the pledge of allegiance on the day of Ghadir, يَحْتِفْ بِهَا فِي الْآذَانِ. After giving the bay'ah to Amirul Mu'mineen, Abu Dhar gave the adhan, and within the adhan he cried out, Aliyan Waliyullah, فَرَفَعُوا ذَلِكَ إِلَى النَّبِي وَفَقَالَ لَهُمْ. They went and they complained to Rasulullah, and Rasulullah said, do you not know that Abu Dhar is the most truthful person to walk under the sun? So from here, when you look at the history of Aliyun Waliullah, you find that the origin of Aliyu Waliullah is that it was recited in the adhan by Salman al-Muhammadi and by Abu Dhar, and the Rasulullah endorsed this. And you find that within the books of Sheikh Tusi, he says the hadith existed, but they were sahih, but not acted upon. Sheikh Saduq says the hadith existed, but the usage of these hadith or the implementation of these hadith was monopolized by the Mufawwada. And you have over here Sayyid Murtada who says it's agreed, permissible. Tayyib. Now how do you attach all this to the current fatwas of our Maraja? May Allah grant all of them a long and a healthy life for guiding this ummah. Insha'Allah, this we shall discuss tomorrow. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. I know I have passed my time and it's over, but the lecture was of this sort. Inshallah, it is a weekend, so you are not too vexed with the prolongment of the majlis, inshallah. Little bit of pain, little bit of stress on the body to exercise concentration for an added bit of time in the way of Imam al-Hussein. This little bit of pain, inshallah, within this, there is khair and barakat and jaza kabir, inshallah, from Allah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Ahibai Masa'ib. Tonight, we want to eulogize and remember the sacrifice of this great companion of Imam al-Hussein known as Habib ibn Madahir. Habib ibn Madahir, the historians narrate that he was born around the time of Imam al-Hussein. And while being a very young child, once the Holy Prophet saw Habib playing with Imam al-Hussein. But as Imam al-Hussein would walk, this young child Habib, he would take the dust from underneath the feet of Imam al-Hussein and he would wipe his face with this dust out of barakah. And from here we understand that Habib had a deep ma'rifah of who Imam al-Hussein was from a very young age. And for this reason you find that Rasulullah took Habib, sat him on his lap and kissed him on his forehead. One of the companions asked, they said, Ya Rasulullah, what is so special about this child? Rasulullah says, I love him because he shall come to the help of my grandson Hussein, shall be one of his greatest supporters. And fa'lan Habib ibn Madahir was one of those companions who abided by Amir al-Mu'mineen and moved to the city of Kufa and fought alongside Amir al-Mu'mineen in the battle of Jamal and in the battle of Naharwan and in Siffin. He was one of those who was loyal to Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba and one of the first people to invite Imam al-Hussein to Kufa. In fact, when Imam Muslim bin Aqil was sent to Kufa, Habib ibn Madahir was one of the first people to give bay'ah to Muslim bin Aqil. This Habib, Imam al-Hussein wrote a letter to Habib because when the revolution of Muslim bin Aqil was ended due to the people of Kufa betraying Imam Muslim bin Aqil, Habib ibn Madahir was forced into hiding, looking for a way to get to Karbala, looking for a way to meet the Imam. For the hadith says that Imam al-Hussein wrote a letter to Habib inviting him to eternal victory. Habib has a special position, particularly in Majalis Aza. I want, before we start this Masa'ib, I want you to understand the value of the place in which you are sitting. One of the scholars, Maraja, in Najaf al-Ashraf, saw a dream. He went to the Haram of Amir al-Mu'mineen and he performed the ziyarah and he said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, I want you to grant one wish for me that I can see in my dream one of the companions of Imam al-Hussein, that I can meet Imam Hussein. And the Ru'ya Sadiqa, we have dreams that are true and the dreams that have indications. For this scholar, in that night, Amir al-Mu'mineen answers his dua. That night the scholar sees in his dream that he is in Karbala. And there is a tent in Karbala. Imam al-Hussein is in that tent. And guarding that tent is Maulana Habib ibn Madahir. He asks for permission from Habib to enter in and do salam to the Imam. He gets the opportunity to do this. The scholar Marja Taqlid says, I asked Habib, oh my master Habib, Allah gave you everything in the Akhirah. You entered into Jannah. Is there anything that would bring you back to the dunya? Yani in alam al-akhirah, in alam al-barzakh, you have entered into Jannah and you are living the eternal promise. Would you still wish to come back to the dunya? Ajib, Habib ibn Madahir said, I wouldn't wish to come back to the dunya except for one thing. Inta mu'mineen, mu'minat, you know what Allah has promised to the shuhada of Karbala, and you know the high status they have in Jannah. What is it that Habib would leave that Jannah to come back to the dunya? The scholar asked him, Marja Taqlid asked him, says, Ya Habib, what would you want to come back to the dunya for? Habib said, I would only leave everything here to come back to the dunya in order to participate in the majlis and the ma'atam of Hussein. If I could come back to the world, I could only come back to weep tears for Imam al-Hussein. And it is no surprise why Habib would say this, because we have narrations from Ahlul Bayt that state Sayyida Fatima al-Zahra attends the majalis. Sayyida Fatima weeps with your weeping. And do you know what is the weeping of Sayyida Fatima al-Zahra? Allah. At one time, the Abil recites a poem for Imam Rida, and he says, Afatimu law khilti al-Husayn mujaddala وقد مات عطشانا بشط الفرات إذا للتمت فاطم وجهها. The Abil says, if Fatima would have seen the mangled body of Hussein, what will Fatima do? The Abil says Fatima would begin to slap her face out of grief. The narrations mention when Imam Rida heard this, Imam Rida fainted. Allah, in these majalis where you are crying, Fatima is slapping her face. This daughter of the Holy Prophet, I wonder how she beats her face when the scars of those people who slapped her after Sakif are still on her face. Do you know Amir al-Mu'mineen states that when Sayyidah Fatima al-Zahra died, when she left the dunya, usually a dying person closes both their eyes. Amir al-Mu'mineen says Fatima closed only one eye. The other eye was so swollen it was not able to close. The hadith mentions that when the people cry for Imam al-Hussein and his companions, when the people perform the ziyarah of Imam al-Hussein and his companions, Fatima raises her hands in dua. Allah, she says, Ya Allah, forgive the sins of these people who weep for my son Hussein. فَإِنْتُمْ أَحِبَّائِي, with your tears, inshallah you gain the pleasure of Fatima and the dua of Fatima alayha salam. Habib understands this. Which is why the narrations mention that when Imam al-Hussein reached the lands of Karbala, and eventually Habib reached towards Karbala. Imam al-Hussein had reached Karbala before Habib. And Imam al-Hussein on that day was distributing the flags and the different banners to all the different companions. He left one aside. They asked him, who is this flag for? He said, this is for my companion Habib. The narrations mention at that point, from a far distance, the companions of Imam al-Hussein saw a horseman on a horse galloping towards the tents of Imam al-Hussein, the dust from the desert rising in every direction. The hadith mentions that from a distance, as soon as Habib ibn Madahir saw his master Imam al-Hussein, Habib threw himself from the horse and he came crawling towards the Imam, kissing his hands and kissing his feet, and he greeted the Imam. The Imam carried him up and they hugged each other. All the the companions were talking loudly out of joy. Sayyidah Zainab heard all the noise outside the tent. She asks one of the ladies, what is happening outside? Why is there all this commotion? They said to her that Habib ibn Madahir has arrived. Sayyidah Zainab says to one of the women, send my salams to Habib ibn Madahir. When this salam was conveyed, Habib ibn Madahir sat on the ground. He began to beat his face and throw sand on his head. He said, what times have come on Ala Muhammad that the daughter of Ali has to send salams on a person like me, Habib. These are the nights that the women of Ahlul Bayt were in fear. These are the nights, every night, the third, fourth, fifth night of Muharram, the army of Yazid became bigger and bigger every night, making the women live a life of fear, in a state of fear. Allah. Habib was able to calm this fear, which is why Sayyidah Zainab gives salam to Habib. Allah. The narrations mention the day of Ashura has come and the battle between Haqq and Batil has begun. Imam al-Hussein delivered 2 khutbahs together with a number of his companions. None of these khutbahs have any impact on the army of Yazid and the army of Umar ibn Sa'ad. As the morning broke, the battle between Haqq and Batil reached its peak. The swords were clashing and the armies were at each other, fighting between Haqq and Batil. The army of Imam al-Hussein soon began to shrink because the losses from the army of Imam al-Hussein were very visible, while the losses from the side of the enemy could not be noticed. The battle continued and within its heat until the time of Dhuhr arrived. When the time of Dhuhr set in, Abu Thumama al-Sa'idi called out to Imam al-Hussein. He said to him, Ya ibn Rasulullah, the time of Salatul Dhuhr has come. Imam al-Hussein said to Habib, O Habib ibn Madahir, can you go towards the enemies and tell them to stop the battle, that there should be a ceasefire to the extent that we can finish our salat and pray our salat. Allah, in the middle of the battlefield, salat. Habib ibn Madahir goes towards the army of Umar ibn Sa'ad, and Habib was in charge of the left wing of Imam al-Hussein. Habib goes and says, O people, give the battle some time and let us not fight, such that Imam al-Hussein can complete his prayers. One of the people by the name of Hasin from the army of Umar ibn Sa'ad cried out, O Habib, do you think that the salat of Hussein is even going to be accepted? Indeed, Allah shall never accept your salat. Allahu Akbar. Ahibai, the verbal insults that were given to Imam al-Hussein on the day of Ashura, which is why Habib ibn accepted. Shame on you, and may the eternal curse of Allah be on you. Hasin challenged Habib ibn Madahir to come into the battlefield. Habib went towards Imam al-Hussein. He asked him permission to go out for a final time. Imam al-Hussein hugged Habib and said, O Habib, very shortly we shall join you in Jannah. The narrations mention Habib ibn Madahir went into the battlefield. He was engaged in a duel with Hasin. They clashed their swords and Habib ibn Madahir was able to injure Hasin on the face. Hasin, being a coward that he was, ran away from the battlefield. When he ran away from the battlefield, Habib ibn Madahir began to recite a poetry crying out, I am Habib, the son of Madahir. I am the ferocious lion. We are the people of patience, while you are the people of ignorance and betrayal. You may be many in numbers, but we are more courageous than you. He called out for challenges. One by one, the narration mentions the jihad of Habib was a jihad so intense, a jihad so courageous, despite being 70 years of age, despite being hungry and thirsty for 3 days. Habib was able to send
62 men to Jahannam wa bi'sa al-masir. At one moment, Umar ibn Sa'ad said, you cannot gain victory over Habib, so attack him from every direction. They began shooting arrows on Habib from every direction. Habib was forced to come off his horse. He continued to fight them, and then a la'in by the name of Badil came and struck Habib ibn Madahir with a sword on his head. The narrations mention Habib ibn Madahir fell down to the ground. He stood up again. His whole head and chest was covered in blood. At this moment, while he stood up, another person from the tribe of Tamim came and pierced down on the plains of Karbala for a second time. Habib ibn Madahir was covered in blood. He cried out, as long as I have breath in my body, I will stand up to defend my master. Habib stood up for a third time with a head covered in blood, with a spear that is coming out from his back. At this time, the coward Hasin came. He struck Habib ibn Madahir for a second time. The hadith mentions the way they struck Habib, they split the skull of Habib into two. Allah. Habib fell down to the ground. At this moment, the narration mentions, at that very moment, Hasin began to behead Habib ibn Madahir. They carried the head of Habib and they paraded it on the horses. Imam al-Hussein began to weep. Allahu Akbar. Let me mention to you what happened with the head of Habib, and this is the end of the musibah. Allah. The narrations mention that when the severed heads of Ahlul Bayt were taken to Kufa, the killer of Habib by the name of Hasin, he took the head of Habib ibn Madahir and he hung it around the neck of his horse. So when they were entering into Kufa to go into the palace of Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad, the killer says, I saw one young boy by the name of Qasim. He was following the head of Habib ibn Madahir. Everywhere I went with the head, this little boy was crying and following me. He would not leave me. I was entering into the palace of Ibn Ziyad. He wouldn't leave me. So I turned around to him and I said, oh child, what are you looking at? What do you want? This young child, Qasim, said, oh man, this is the severed head of my father. Allah. He said, oh man. The narrations mention the son of Habib raised his hands. He said, oh man, give me the head of my father so I can at least bury it. The man decided not to listen to Qasim. The same thing happened to Sayyidah Ruqayya, the daughter of Imam al-Hussein. She sees the head of her father on a spear. She says, oh mother, why is the head of my father here? At that point, Shimar slapped Sakina. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Matam Hussein.
Hussein, Ya Hussein, and Ya Hussein, 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 Ya Hussein. Karbal ko piya likhda, aur waqt raya koi nahi, biya kya main likha Karbal to piya likhda, aur waqt raya koi nahi, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया लिखदा, हुण वक्त रहा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया माशाअल्लाह लिखा करबल मैं लिखा तेरे पुपिया थे मावादा, सजाद सिवा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा तेरे पुपिया थे मावादा, सजाद सिवा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया लिख भैया क्या मैंने लग नजर गई उजड़ी तेरे यूसुफ सानी को, ओ मत नहरज लुटिया अकबर दी जवानी को, कोई रस्म विशादी दी मैं की थी अदा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया लिखदा, हुण वक्त रहा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया लिखदा, हुण वक्त रहा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया मैं लिखा तेरे पुपिया थे मावादा, सजाद सिवा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा तेरे पुपिया थे मावादा, सजाद सिवा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया लिख मैं लिख कासिम दा जो नहीं लिखिया उख बनरा बना बैठा, ओदे सहरे सजा बैठा, ओदे शगन बना बैठा, तेरी बहना ते हताते हुण रंगे ना कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया लिखदा, हुण वक्त रहा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया लिखदा, हुण वक्त रहा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया तेरे पुपिया थे मावादा, सजाद सिवा कोई नहीं, बिया क्या मैं लिखा करबल तो पिया लिखदा, कोई नहीं मैं लिखा कर मलिक कासिम दा जो नहीं लिखिया उख बनरा बना बैठा ओदे सहरे सजा बैठा ओदे शगने बना बैठा तेरी बहना ते हताते हुण रंगे ना कोई नहीं बेया क्या मैं लिखा कर बल तो पिया लिखदा हुण वक्त रहा कोई नहीं बेया क्या मैं लिखा कर बल तो पिया लिखदा हुण वक्त रहा कोई नहीं बेया क्या मैं लिखा कर ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई हाय ज़हरा उतर गई हाय ज़हरा उतर गई हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई तब ही बाजार शाह में हुरियान कर गए हाय तब ही बाजार शाह में हुरियान कर गए हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई तब ही बाजार शाह में हुरिया निकर गए हाय तब ही बाजार शाह में हुरिया निसर गए हाय ज़हरा उतर गई हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई जुल्मों से थम की तेज हवाएं थी जब चली जुल्मों से थम की तेज हवाएं थी जब चली सब गुलशन बतूल की कलियां बिखर गई सब गुलशन बतूल की कलियां बिखर गए हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई हाय ज़हरा ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाए उतर गई तब ही बाजार शाह में उरिया निकल गई तब ही बाजार शाह में हुरिया ने सर गई। हाय ज़हरा उतर गई। लाशों को रस्सियों में झगड़े लिए फिरो, लाशों को रस्सियों में झगड़े लिए फिरो। सादानिया तो घर से निकलते ही मर गई, सादानिया तो घर से निकलते ही मर गई। हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाएं उतर गई। हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाएं उतर गई। ज़हरा की उतर गई। ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाएं उतर गई। ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाएं उतर गई। तब ही बाजार शाह में हुरिया ने सर गई। तब ही बाजार शाह में हुरिया ने सर गई। हाय ज़हरा उतर गई। सरमाया बतूल था दुनिया में एक हुसैन, सरमाया बतूल था दुनिया में एक हुसैन। दश्ते बला में दीन पे कुर्बान कर गए। दश्ते बला में दीन पे कुर्बान कर गए। हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाएं उतर गई। हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों की रिदाएं उतर गई। हाय ज़हरा की बेटियों उतर गई। हाय रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम, रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम। हाय रोने के लिए काफ़ी सजाद तेरा नाम, रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम। रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम, रोने के लिए सजाद तेरा नाम। तू शहंशाह दर्द है, तू शहंशाह दर्द है, बतला रही है शाम। रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम, रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम। चला बेकसों का कारवा, बीमार लोगों सरबा है संग सारे उरिया। शाहला फता की बेटिया करबो बला के दश्त में, करबो बला के दश्त में बरपा है कोहराम। रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम, रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम। रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम, रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद तेरा नाम। रोने के लिए काफ़ी है सजाद दे तेरा नाम तू शहनशाह है दर्द है तू शहनशाह है दर्द है बतला रही है शाम रोने के लिए काफी है सजाद तेरा नाम रोने के लिए काफी है सजाद तेरा नाम तेरा नाम मस्तूरों में एक मर्द है गैरा से चेहरा दर्द है करबल की जमीन गर्द है ज़ैनब के दिल में दर्द है रोता है सर झुका के रोता है सर झुका के करता नहीं कला हम रोने के लिए काफी है सजाद तेरा नाम रोने के लिए काफी है सजाद तेरा नाम रोने के लिए काफी है सजाद तेरा नाम तू शहनशाह दर्द है तू शहनशाह दर्द है बतला रही है शाम रोने के लिए काफी है ज़ैना पुकारी बेवतन भाई मेरा है बेकफन कर दे इसको ही दफन मेरे हाथ में बांधी रस्म हाय कैसे सुना होगा कैसे सुन होगा बीमार ने पेगा रोने के लिए काफी है सजाद तेरा नाम 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 रोने के लिए काफी है तेरा नाम चला बेकसों का कारवा बीमार लोगों सारबा है संग सारे हुरिया शाहला फता की बेटिया करबो बला के दश्त में करबो बला के दश्त में बरपा है कोहरा के लिए अल्लामा 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 हैरान हूँ बाजार से कैसे गुजर गई तताहिर की पलीती तताहिर की पलीती बाजार का समा अल्लामा 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 हाय गुस्ताखों के हजूम में गुस्ताखों के ज़ैनब की दरमियाँ अल्लामा 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 कैसे उठाए लाश को मजलूम चल दिए, कैसे उठाए लाश को मजलूम चल दिए, शबीर की ज़ईफ़ी शबीर की ज़ईफ़ी अकबर सा नौजवान अल्लामा 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 हैरान हो बाजार से कैसे गुजर गई, तताहिर की पली थी तताहिर की पली थी बाजार का समा अल्लामा 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 हाय गुस्ताखों के हजूम में गुस्ताखों के हजूम में ज़ैनब की दर में आए अल्लामा 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 ये सोच के सजाद का दिल खून रो पड़ा, ये चिके सजाद का दिल खून रो पड़ा, तफसीर बेरिदाती तफसीर बेरिदाती नेज़े बेता कुरान अल्लामा 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 बर मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सलावत।